Hi, and welcome to mattdavisyoga.com or Matt Davis. This is an all levels flow class, and we're going to go for about an hour. So if the pace is too much for you, you can always back off, take a child's pose. And the theme today is finding your flow. So I hope you enjoy it. All right. So we're going to start just in a comfortable seat. I like to sit on a block. It just means that my glutes are a little bit higher than my hips, and it means I can really relax and just stretch up the head, crown of the head to the top, to the ceiling. We're just going to arrive on our mats and sort of calm down a bit. So the mudra this week is really straightforward. It's an extended palm, and it's just your right arm. So what you do is you take the palm and you just kind of extend it in front of you. Now, I know that sounds a bit weird because if you've been following these classes, you'll know we sometimes do these kind of complicated mudras and hand shapes. This mudra is called the Abhaya mudra. And the goal of this is to focus our intention on the right palm. So just bring your right palm up, just sort of relaxed elbow, just kind of up by the side of the body there. And have the left palm down on the lap. And just close your eyes, and I'll give you some instructions, and we'll just sort of come into our practice. So the Abhaya mudra is all about courage. And what I want you to do is imagine a few things that you find challenging. So imagine somebody who's maybe hostile towards you, somebody who puts a lot of negative energy your way. Maybe it's like maybe you took the dog for a walk recently and there was a lady with a dog and the dog snapped at you and you were really aggressive, and then the lady was aggressive back. Maybe that lady's aggression. Imagine that coming at you. Anything you like. And now, just imagine all of that energy, instead of it coming into your face, imagine it coming into your right palm. So imagine all of that hostility, all of the negative energy just coming at your right palm. And start to feel just a little bit of heat in the right palm as all of that energy collects there in the right palm. Meanwhile, just deepen the breath. So move from where we're at now to our Ujjayi breath. Yeah. So we know that breath, it's where we constrict the back of the throat slightly and you start to sound a bit more like Darth Vader. I'm going to do it just so you can hear it. So keep that breath going. And as you do, I just want you to kind of extend the hand out forward as if you were pushing that energy back at the person who's throwing it at you. And then you can drop that right palm down to your lap. Keep the deep breaths coming. So really breathe deeply into the diaphragm and really feel the chest. And as your chest fills with the inhale, feel the shoulders kind of opening. You're making a nice container for the breath with your body. So inhales and exhales nice and deeply. The next thing we're going to do is just balance out the breath. The theme of our class today is finding our flow. And so often one of the first things that prevents us finding our flow is all of that negative energy really getting to us. So that's why we've kind of really just pushed it away. And now that we're focused, we're going to balance our breath out. So I'm taking the index finger and the middle finger of the right hand, and I'm placing them on that space between my eyebrows. I'm going to close the right nostril with the thumb, and then I'm going to inhale deeply through the left nostril. Then I'm covering up the left nostril with my ring finger, and then I'm exhaling through the right nostril. And inhale through the right nostril. And open the left and exhale through there. We're going to continue this pattern, so I hope now you're inhaling through the left nostril, and then cover the left, open the right, exhale through there. And as you do this and continue this cycle, we just want to slightly deepen and lengthen the breath. So if you were counting to 2 or 3 on the breath, try to count to 4 or 5 on the breath. Keep that cycle coming. Just add a hold at the top, a couple of seconds. So inhale, hold, exhale, and keep the cycle going. What we're trying to do here is just balance the energy channels in the body by breathing in and out of the right and left nostril alternately. We're just allowing a little bit more balance to flow through all of the energy channels that run up and down us. Next time you exhale through the left nostril, just let the hand fall and then just sit and breathe normally for a moment. You may notice a difference in the way your body feels. There might just be a slightly calmer, like a slightly calmer attitude. That's great. We're going to do one more piece of breath work now. This is called the bumblebee breath. What we do is we take those 2 fingers of both hands and I place them over my eyes just to close the eyes. And in a moment, I'm going to close my ears with my thumbs. So I'm going to inhale deeply and then I'm going to exhale. And you'll notice that I exhale through the nose and it makes a sort of buzzing noise like a bumblebee. So I'm going to inhale and exhale 5 times and I'm going to make that noise of the bumblebee breath. And I would invite you to join me. It's pretty trippy. You might find you go off into some fun little mind space. So 5 bumblebee breaths. So 5 deep inhales, 5 exhales through the nose, closing the eyes and the ears. Let's go. When you finish, just bring the hands to the knees and breathe normally for a minute. Keep the eyes closed. So one of my favorite yoga teachers says, many of us can do all the postures, but most of us don't really know how to breathe. And it's the key part of our practice. So the goal there is for just connection with the breath. Just keep your eyes closed, and I'm going to, in Sanskrit, say a mantra that honors our teachers. And the best teacher, of course, is our breath. So this won't take long. Om Nagyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Militanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. All right. So we're going to move into the physical practice, starting with some tabletops, okay? And try to just keep connected with your breath. So a basic tabletop shape, my hands are below my shoulders, my knees are below my hips, and I'm just inhaling to come up and exhaling over for a cat. The thing today, as I say, is finding our flow, and the real goal is to connect with the breath and maybe just disconnect a little bit from some of those thoughts and some of those things that come at us and stop us from relaxing and being in them open. So that's what we're going to try and achieve today. And I'm very confident we can do it. Inhale up, exhale over. Good. On the inhale, I'm just going to bring that right foot to the back of the mat and just start rolling back and forth on the hamstring. And then I'm just going to bring my left arm right underneath my face. So I've moved it in a bit from the left, it's right underneath the face. As I do that, I'm bringing the left leg out and I'm bringing the right leg up and I'm bringing the arm up. So you can see that as I come back, there's a kind of nice line on the right side. And inhale deeply there. Listen to the breath coming in and out of the body. As I say, it's our biggest teacher and it's how we're going to find our flow. Inhale deeply. And on the exhale, come back down to a tabletop. Good. And then just extend the left leg on the inhale and roll back and forth. Good. The next thing, I'm just putting that right leg down behind me and extending the left leg and coming up. So the right hand is below shoulder, left hand's up, and if possible, just opening up in the chest to give a nice long line. Yep. Inhale deeply there, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. And again, inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Back down into tabletop. Okay, good. Ooh, right, I'm inhaling and I'm lifting the right arm up. And then on the exhale, I'm threading the right arm through. It's beneath the left shoulder. And I'm extending that left arm out. You should feel a deep stretch in the right shoulder. The right cheek meeting the mat. Try to keep those hips nice and square behind us. And inhale deeply from the low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And let it go. And again. Good. On the inhale, slowly come out of that pose, back into a neutral tabletop. And then again on the next inhale, lifting the left arm up. And on the exhale, threading it through underneath the right arm. And just bring that right arm out in front of us. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. And again, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Good. Just coming back up into a neutral tabletop now. And kind of thinking about a downward facing dog. So I'm just turning over the soles of the feet now. And I'm just going to sit back on the heels. So my feet are open and I'm just sitting back on my heels. What you'll notice is that that's quite sensitive on the soles of the feet. What we're doing there is really opening up the bottoms of the feet. And I'm just going to inhale, just bring the arms out in a sort of cross shape. Inhale deeply. If it's too much on the feet, you can always come onto the tops of the feet. But the idea here is to open the feet up. So see if you can do it. If it's uncomfortable, that's great. It's really good, this, for our general fitness. Most of our exercise involves a huge amount of work with the feet. And there's an awful lot of nerve endings. So if you can really open up the feet here, you're doing well. If you want a bit more challenge, you can open the palms up and just bring that middle finger towards you. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And then just come back over into tabletop. And you'll just be able to sort of tap the tops of the feet on the mat just to relax a bit. Good. So now we've opened those feet up, we're just going to open the wrists up. And to do that, I'm taking each wrist and I'm just turning the hand the other way around in tabletop. You might notice that that feels quite a lot. And I'm just doing some nice circles around on the wrists. And the idea is just to give those wrists a really deep stretch so that when we come into our downward dog, they're not surprised. Good. You can go in the other direction now. So whichever way you were going, just come around the other way. And notice, am I breathing deeply still, or have I forgotten about that? So if you can, remember that Ujjayi breath. So low belly, mid belly, and upper chest. And let it go. And as you let it go, just gently turn those hands back around. So you might want to shake them off a bit. They may be in quite some state of awakening there. So just do whatever feels right to just get the kind of natural tabletop expression right. My hands are down in front of me and I can really see the mat in between the fingers. So I've spread the fingers nice and wide. And I'm really pressing down now into the knuckle of the wrist and the front of the knuckles on the mat. And I'm also kind of pressing down with the finger pads. That then means that I can come to the back and just turn my feet over. And theoretically, it should be easy now to come up into your first downward dog, because you've warmed up the feet and you've warmed up the hands. Now all we've got to do is warm up everything in between. So while we're in this downward dog, let's take a moment to arrive, take a deep breath, and just look down at the ankles. Now you can pedal out the feet here, just to sort of stretch out one hamstring and then the other. Make sure all four corners of the hands are still pushing down. You might want to keep a bend in the knees so that your belly can meet the thighs. But just breathe deeply here. Low belly, mid belly, and upper chest, and let it go. On the next inhale, just roll forward into a plank. Yeah. Good. Breathe deeply. And then inhale back up into your downward facing dog. Good. Again, I'm just stretching my feet out a little more, and then slowly, one foot at a time, I'm walking them up to meet the hands. There's really no rush here. Keeping a nice bend in the knees if you want. And then just hang heavy in your forward fold. And just arrive there. So take your time. I'm grabbing opposite elbows. And I'm feeling a release in the lower back. I'm keeping my knees bent to take the pressure off the lower back so that my belly can meet the thighs. And I'm shaking my head yes and no. And just enjoying that arrival. You might want to let your hands hang heavy. That's good too. Just find yourself arriving in that nice forward fold. Slowly ragdoll up. So imagine someone's got a string and they're holding your back and they're rolling you up. So the last thing to arrive is the top of the head. And then as you do so, open the shoulders and the chest and just face the front of the room. So we're both in a mountain pose. Yeah. So a couple of things to really note here. The feet are hip width apart, and I'm making sure that I'm not falling back or falling forward, so I'm really well balanced. I've tucked, I'm sucking my navel into my spine, and I've sort of tucked my tailbone a bit. But I can't sort of describe it, but I can kind of do it. So I'm I'm basically really solid in the core so that the shoulders can open. Good. And then suck the navel in and inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. So hopefully we should be in a state now where we can move into a bit more flowy state. And we're going to try and do some sun sails. So as I inhale, I'm raising the arms up overhead and looking at them. And then as I exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a flat back, like that. And then exhale, just bring that right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale to rise the arms up, over. Nice deep inhale there, really committing to that posture. And then on the exhale, framing the front foot. Bring the front foot to meet the back for a plank pose. On the exhale, drop the knees, then the chest, then the chin. And then on the inhale, just come forward slightly for a baby cobra. You can see that I'm lifting with that part, the lower part of the back, and that's what we want to be doing. Don't want to crunch those vertebrae, but theoretically you don't need the hands here. And then on the exhale, coming over into downward facing dog. So just check that your downward facing dog is nice. Again, remember all those cues we've given each other. So you've got the hands pushing down. You might want to pedal out the feet. You might want to keep a nice bend in the knees so the belly can meet the knees. And then crucial thing here is right leg goes high. Step it through between the hands. Drop the left knee and inhale up for our sun salutation on the other side. Deep breath there. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And on the exhale, frame the front foot. Bring that back foot to the front. Hang heavy. And on the inhale, arms rise up overhead. And exhale to heart center. With the hands at heart center, just set your intention. So I'm going to say, I'm going to find my flow. But you can say whatever you want. It's all good. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat, dropping the left knee. Inhale, arms rise slowly, beginning, middle, arrive, and a deep breath there. Exhale, frame the front foot, bring the front foot to meet the back, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, step it through between the hands, drop the right knee. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Deep breath. Exhale, frame the front foot. Bring that right foot to meet the left at the front of the mat. Hang heavy. Good. On the next inhale, arms rise up overhead and they meet. And on the exhale, they meet at heart center. Inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. This time on the exhale, step the right foot back, but keep that right knee lifted, okay? So the difference is, we're coming up, the right knee lifted, and the right foot, I'm on the ball of that right foot, coming up for a high lunge. So inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and exhale, frame the front foot. Bring the front foot to meet the back for a plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, exhale over into downward facing dog. Very good. Inhale, right foot goes high. Exhale, step it between the hands. Keep the left knee lifted. Square that left foot as you bring the hands high for a high lunge. Inhale deeply. And let it go. On the exhale, frame the front foot. Bring the left foot to meet the front, right at the front. Exhale, hang heavy. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, hands at heart center. Remember your intention. Try to listen to your breath. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back. Keep that left knee lifted. Inhale, high lunge. Deep breath. Exhale, frame the front foot. Bring the right foot to meet the left at the back. And on the exhale, drop the knees, then the chest, then the chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, step that left leg through, keep the right leg lifted. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, frame the left foot. Bring that right foot to meet the left at the front of the mat. Hang heavy. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, heart center. Find your intention. Find your breath. Find your flow. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg goes back. Keep that leg lifted. High lunge. Inhale. This time, right arm goes to the front, left arm comes back. Do a little twist. Yeah? Breathe deeply. Good. And then on the exhale, frame that left foot, bring it to meet the right at the back of the mat. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale over into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Inhale, come up for a high lunge. This time on the exhale, left arm goes forward, right arm goes back for a twist. Deep breath. Exhale, frame the front foot, bring the back foot to meet the front. Hold over for a forward fold and hang heavy. Deep breaths. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, hands start at center. Remind yourself of your intention. Remind yourself of your breath. Inhale, arms rise up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot to the back, keeping that left knee lifted. On the inhale, high lunge. On the exhale, twist. Drop deeper into that front knee if you can. And then on the exhale, frame that front knee. Back for a plank pose. Exhale for knees, chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale over into downward facing dog. Very good. Inhale, left leg goes high. Step it through between the hands. Keep the right knee lifted. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, twist. Yes. I always think of this as sort of slightly sinister instructor voice, but that's good. If you can drop that left knee, that back knee just down to the mat just to test the strength in your back knee. That's nice. Or not. On the exhale, frame the front foot, bring the right foot to meet the left at the front of the mat, hang heavy, and just arrive there. You've got 5 rounds of breath in forward fold, so really enjoy it. Find yourself warming up here. Good. Very good. And then just on the inhale, roll up. So vertebrae by vertebrae coming up to a mountain pose. Good. We're going to drop into a chair pose here before we move into our standing series. So I'm looking straight down in front of me and I can see my toes. As I bend the knees, I'm also dropping back so I can still see the toes. Bend the knees and then bring the hands up. That's right. I can see you, Tim. I can see you, and you're not in chair pose. I get it. Don't think I haven't got my cell phone on the floor so I can monitor your postures. Some of us are joining live, and I always love a cheeky chair pose prompt. Very good, both of you, very good. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and then the exhale, fold forward for a forward fold. Very good, both of you. Sorry to be such a yoga Nazi. You know, you're paying, or you're not paying. Anyway, right. Inhale for a halfway lift, and then exhale, step back into downward facing dog, and just find yourself arriving in the downward facing dog pose. Good. All right. We're going to move into standing series now. So inhale to bring the right leg high, and on the exhale, step it through between the hands. Turn that left leg down 45 degrees and bring the right foot over to meet the right hand. And then the inhale, come up for a warrior one. That back leg's totally straight now, it's not bent at all. The hips are square. And on the inhale, you can add a slight back bend at the top if you keep this engaged and don't crunch the lower vertebrae. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And on the exhale, bring that front arm down, warrior two. Good. Oh yes, very good, warrior twos. So front knee coming out towards that front pinky toe. Nice square line. The back of the front heel coming all the way back to the middle of the back toe. And both arms out nice and straight. I'm not coming forward and I'm not coming back. Shoulders are lined dead over the hips. And if you want to come deeper into that right knee, as long as you don't go over the line. Yeah? Inhale deeply as you look over that middle right finger. Let it go. And then on the inhale, turn that front arm up. And we'll come back to a peaceful warrior. Really good. Deep breath here, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. There you go. If you can come more into that front knee. Just watch the line so it doesn't go over 90 degrees. And then again, inhale, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And then frame the front foot with the hands. Bring the right foot to meet the left back of the mat. Plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale for baby cobra. Exhale over, downward facing dog. Really nice. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, step it through between the hands. On the inhale, turn that right foot down, left foot comes out to the left, and then you're coming up for a warrior one. Make sure the hips are square. Slight back bend at the top if you can. Inhale deeply. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Let it go. On the exhale, come down into warrior two. Middle of the back foot in line with the back of the front foot. And again, try not to come forward or back, trying to be square, so shoulders over the hips. Make sure that if you are coming deeper, it's into that front knee. Just watch the line so it doesn't go over 90 degrees. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Turn that front hand up. On the inhale, coming over for a peaceful warrior. Good. Deep breaths here, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Think of somebody lifting that left hand up to the sky. Really stretch out that left side. Inhale again, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And the exhale, frame the front foot, bring the back foot to meet the front, hang heavy, forward fold. Inhale, slowly the arms rise up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Find your intention, find your breath. Good. Inhale and exhale deeply from the low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Yeah. That deep Ujjayi breath. Just find yourself there. Good. We're going to take that series one breath to movement, so we'll move a little quicker, and we're going to add a couple of postures on. Okay? So inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Good. Inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, step both feet back into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, step the left leg high. On the exhale, step the left leg through between the hands. Try to open the chest towards the front of the room here. And step that right leg down at a 45-degree angle. On the inhale, up into warrior one. On the exhale, down into warrior two. On the inhale, flip the front hand up into a peaceful warrior. And then on the exhale, bring that left arm down to the left knee. And the right hand overhead for extended side angle. We're going to stay in this posture for 5 deep breaths. So let's get going. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and exhale. Low belly. As I'm twisting, I'm bringing this right shoulder to open slightly. So the back of my right hand is kind of coming towards the back of the room behind me. Obviously keep your balance, but deep, deep breaths. Good. One more deep breath. Low belly, mid belly, and the upper chest. And then I'm bringing my gaze down to my left hand. I'm bringing the right foot square behind me, and I'm bringing my right hand down to the mat, and I'm bringing my left hand up for a twist. Yeah? Low lunge twist. Deep breath. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. And another. Good. Now, I'm bringing the weight into this left leg, keeping it bent, and just bringing the weight off the right leg so that I'm coming up, and I'm bringing the chest up if I can, and my hands are in prayer in front of me. Yeah? You can straighten that left leg if you want, but the thing that's important is you want that shape, you want the chest open and that spine kind of opening. So better to keep that left leg bent. Very good. Then bring both hands to the front. Arms rise up overhead.
Fold forward. Inhale for a flat back, and then exhale to come back into downward facing dog. Very good. Inhale, raise the right arm, right leg high. Exhale, step the right leg through. Step that left leg down, 45 degrees. And then inhale to come up into a warrior one. Exhale over into warrior two. Good. Inhale, flip that right palm, come up, peaceful warrior. And then on the exhale, drop that right hand down to the right knee. And just open into that extended side angle. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths, so plenty of time. All 4 corners of the back foot rooting down. And then really trying to open that chest, that palm above the head, really opening up. Inhale deeply from the low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. And again, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. Good. Now we're going to drop that left hand down inside the left foot, and the right hand's going to come up for a low lunge twist. Inhale deeply, low lunge twist. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. One more. And then on the exhale, I'm bringing the weight into that right leg, again for a warrior 3, so keeping that right leg bent if I can, and then bringing the chest up. Warrior 3, the gaze in front of us, and then just breathe deeply in that pose. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and again. And then bring that left foot to meet the right, front of the mat, and fold forward and hang heavy. That's great. Really good. Hang heavy, deep breaths. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. And then inhale, slowly ragdoll up. Good. All right. That was fun, wasn't it? That was a lot of fun. So we're going to do a balance pose, and I'm going to check with my people who are actually joining me. Would it be all right to do a dancer pose? Are you okay for that? Thumbs up if you are. Thumbs down if you're not. Thumbs up. Okay, good. All right. So the dancer pose is just going to bring more of that balance in. We had the weight on our right and left leg there in the end there in our warrior 3. So let's just bring the weight into the right foot. Yeah. Take the left hand behind you and just grab hold of the inside of the left foot. So I'm not grabbing the outside, I'm grabbing the inside. Yeah, just gives us more to play with. And then the inhale, raise the right arm high. And really feel an extension right from basically the low belly all the way up the spine. And then on the exhale, slowly coming forward. I'm bending at the hips. I might want to bend in that right leg. And I'm kicking into that back foot. Good. Great dancers. We're all great dancers, but let's enjoy a dancer pose. If you can really kick into that foot and you'll notice a slight opening of the chest as well. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and gently and with control, release back down. So there was no snapping back, no elastic band syndrome. Yeah, we're just sort of coming back. Very good. And then the same thing, bringing the weight into that left arm, left leg, right foot up into the right hand. Inhale, left arm goes high. And then bringing the weight, I'm bending the left leg slightly because I'm kicking into that right hand as I come forward at the hips. Really great. Dancer pose. Now ideally we want to straighten that left leg, but more important is to keep the chest open towards the front of the room. It's okay to fall. I would have said that even if I hadn't fallen over. And again, breathe deeply here. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. And slowly and with control, coming back, releasing the right foot. Good. Really nice. Very good. And then hips, kind of nice sort of distance apart here. We're going to come down into a seated resting pose. So I'm just doing
as I would if someone told me to sit down. Good. Very nice. We've got about 18 minutes left of our practice, and we've kind of reached the summit. So it's time now to do some hip opening, a little bit of heart opening, and then we'll kind of wind down gently into Shavasana, and I'll do that meditation that we all love. So we're just gonna find the breath. I don't know about you, but I'm breathing quite hard at this point. So I'm gonna try, if I can, just to slow the breath down. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and exhale. Again, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. I'm going to come into reclined pigeon pose. So soles of the feet on the ground, slowly with control, just dropping down onto the mat. I'm bringing the right leg high at a 90-degree angle, and I'm flexing that right foot. The left knee is bent, the left sole of the foot is on the floor, and I'm crossing that flexed right foot over the left leg. Make sure you keep the right foot flexed, because you don't want to hurt the right knee, and that's what protects it. So it's really important to keep that right knee flexed. Now I'm reaching through the gap to grab the back of that right thigh, and I'm just bringing that right thigh up towards the belly. And what you'll notice is that that stretches out the right hip, the right outer hip. You should feel a stretch there. If that's not enough for you and you need a slightly deeper stretch, feel free to grab the left shin. Whatever works for you is fine. We're not trying to win a competition. We're trying to stretch out with control. So just stretch out that right hip. Very good. And breathe deeply into it. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. So deep breaths. Deep belly breath here. Last deep breath. And then as you slowly exhale, slowly drop that left foot down. Bring the right foot down to meet it. You might want to windshield wiper the feet. So I'm bringing the feet to the mat width apart, and then the knees are just swaying left and right. Just to sort of release those hips a bit. Very nice. And then we're going to go the other side. So bring the sole of the right foot to the ground. Left foot goes high, flexing that left foot. And then with the left foot still flexed, to avoid injuring that left knee, just bringing the left foot over the right thigh, grabbing behind the right thigh, and then slowly bringing that right leg in to release a deep stretch in the left outer hip, just there. If you need a deeper stretch again, grab the shin. Try to do the same thing on both sides if you can. And we'll stay here for 5 deep breaths. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. I was watching that movie about the guy who walked on the tightrope between those 2 tall buildings in Manhattan. I was just amazed at how he was able to concentrate on doing that tightrope walk with all of those other things around him. And I was really impressed by it. It really made me think about sort of how it's possible for us to really do quite amazing things if we were able to block out distraction and other focuses. Inhale deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and slowly release the right foot to the floor. Left foot follows it, and again, just windshield wipe those feet. So bring the feet to hip width apart and windshield wipe the hips. Good. Bring the soles of the feet to about hip width apart, and you want to bring them towards the glutes so that if you can, you could brush the heels with the middle fingers of the hands. Depends on your arm length. I have ridiculously long arms like a monkey, so I can sort of do this, but you just want to bring them, you know, about a hand span from the glutes. Try to keep, imagine you've got a brick or a block between the 2 thighs,
and bring the palms of the hands down beside your hips. On the next inhale, slowly push down in the palms, push down with the soles of the feet, and gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, lift the hips up. And you're coming into a bridge pose. So you'll notice a stretch here, both in the front of the body, but also you'll feel an engagement of the lower back. If you want to, you can walk the hands and the shoulder blades together and then clasp the hands behind the back for a slightly deeper stretch. Inhale deeply. Remember to bring the knees towards each other. You want to imagine you're squashing a mango between those knees. So you don't want to squash the mango totally, but you want to make sure you don't drop the mango. Yeah? That's the test here. Low belly breath. Breathe into the mid belly and the upper chest. Let it go. And another deep breath here. We're really opening the heart here. Lots of compassion. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And then gently release vertebrae by vertebrae down back to the mat with control. You don't need to slam down into the mat. We don't need to do anything silly here. Just take a minute. Your back's going to adjust slowly. You will feel your spine changing shape and the muscles in your back will readjust to being on the ground. That's as we want it. Slowly and with control, bring the knees into the chest and just give yourself a nice hug. We're doing the counter expression there of that pose. So just feeling that flow of energy. If you want, you can bring your nose up to meet your knees and really hugging in tight here. Really hugging everything in tight. And then with control, slowly releasing soles of the feet back down to the ground. Good. Next thing we're going to do is a forward bend. So come up into a seat. So my back is flat and my feet are flexed up towards me. On the inhale, raise the arms up high and really feel the deep stretch here. You want to imagine someone's pulling you up from the solar plexus. Before you hold, you're hinging forward at the hips. So slowly hinge at the hips. You're not bending from here. You're bending from here. Slowly come forward. And then inhale. And again, slowly come forward. That's fine. You don't need to go further than that. If you want to come a little deeper, you can slowly reach down for whatever's in front of you. If it's your feet or your ankles or whatever it is. And just hang over. Nice forward fold. And we'll stay here for 5 deep breaths. Really root down with the glutes here. And really root down with the back of the heels. And if you are grabbing hold of the feet, then try to bring the elbows out to the side so that you release the top of the spine as well as the lower back. Breathe deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And then slowly with control, come back up to our staff pose, bringing the arms up overhead. Good. Bring the right arm down to the mat. Yeah. And just going to bring the left arm over with my feet out. I've got my feet still flexed here. And I'm opening that right shoulder up. So I feel a big stretch down here. And then back to staff pose. And then back down on the other side. Left hand down behind us. Right arm comes over the head. Possibly to open that right shoulder right up. Left shoulder coming forward. Really deep stretch in the right side of the body here. Low belly, breath, mid belly, upper chest. And let it go. Back up into a staff pose. Good. Right, you can bring the hands down now, just behind. So we're still in staff pose. And then I'm bringing the sole of the left foot to the mat. And I bring that left foot, the sole of the left foot over the right. Good. My left hand is behind me, and it's like a second spine. So if I were to kind of, I move that right hand out of the way, but I can kind of rest on that left palm. On the inhale, raise the right hand high and really feel the extension here. And as we twist around to our left, right, I'm going to grab my
left knee. Make sure that the spine is still long. Don't crunch over and then fold. So high and twisting the whole length of the spine. If you want to, you can bring the left arm over and then turn the gaze to the back of the room. Deep breath here. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest. You may find you can release a little deeper into that twist. Good. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And then right hand goes high, and then cross over, just do a counter twist. Good. Bringing the left leg straight, right sole of the right foot comes down, crossing over, right arm behind us, left arm goes high, and then exhale, grabbing it, twisting for the whole spine. You might want to come over, right arm, right elbow over. Good. Deep breath here, low belly, mid belly, and the upper chest. And let it go. One more deep breath. And on the exhale, bring the hand over, counter twist. Just feel a good release there in the lower back. Good. Last pose is an inversion. So we have some time here. If you'd like to do feet up the wall, you can. If you're in a pair and you want to try doing a little headstand, you could try doing that. Now, thumbs up or thumbs down for a headstand. Is a headstand too much? Not sure, not sure. Let's not do a headstand. Let's do feet up the wall. So find a circle. We'll do a headstand at some point. It's all good. So find a wall and bring your feet up it. You want to make sure that your tailbone is as close as possible to the wall. So what I do is I come sideways like this, and then I bring my feet up. Just make sure that the tailbone is as close as possible to the wall, and just make sure that the lower back is kind of nice and protected. And then I'm going to bring the soles of the feet to touch in a butterfly shape. Just kind of bring those down into a nice stretch there. And just deeply inhale and exhale and feel the inversion. We'll stay here for 5 to 10 breaths, okay? So really relax. If you want to, you can extend the feet up the wall, whatever you prefer, whatever feels more nourishing for you. 5 more deep breaths. With control on the exhale, slowly coming down, and find yourself lying on your mat. Got about 7 minutes left, so I'm going to talk you through a quick meditation. So you want to have the back of the head down, soles of the feet down. Quick trick to get into Shavasana. I bring my hands into like a cradle and I bring them over the back of the head. And then I sort of roll them up the back of the head. Just so what that does is it kind of releases the head so that the chin is slightly tucked and it kind of really elongates the spine. And then if I hug my shoulder blades so I can release them,
and then put them on the mat and then come down, I notice that I have the kind of longest expression of my spine in Shavasana. Soles of the feet hip width apart, hands open on the mat, facing the ceiling. Release any breathing technique and just find yourself arriving in Shavasana. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. Release the lower jaw, release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Feel supported by the mat beneath you. Feel balanced on the mat. Breathe normally and let thoughts come and go. Maybe you're thinking about that glass of wine that you want to have after, or how well you're going to sleep, or maybe there's something you've got to do around the house. Let those thoughts come and go, but just feel supported by the mat as you breathe normally. As you're entirely balanced, I want you to imagine that there's a tightrope running from the crown of your head all the way down the middle of your head, down between your shoulder blades, down the center of the back, all the way through. And that tightrope is extending way out between the feet. And it's also extending way out behind your head. And depending on whether or not you have vertigo, you can imagine yourself suspended on a tightrope a couple of feet from the ground, if you like. But the trick is to visualize yourself perfectly balanced as you lie back on that tightrope. You'll notice that the ground is giving you that balance. The more you relax and release into the ground, the more you're balanced on that tightrope in our mind. If you want, you can imagine that you're that guy strung on that tightrope between those two tall buildings in Manhattan in that movie. Yeah? And you are totally relaxed in this really, really difficult situation. You have confidence in your own balance and your own ability to manage all of those difficult energies coming your way. And if you can, see if you can just release any tension you may be holding anywhere in your body. Maybe you're tensed up from thinking about this tightrope. Just consciously say to those muscles, relax. If thoughts come back into the mind, just replace them with that picture of yourself suspended on a tightrope, balanced. I'm going to leave you in this pose for a couple of minutes and then I'll bring you out. Relax and enjoy it. On the next inhale, just bring some movement into the fingers and the toes. And you can let the image in your mind just drift off.
wiggle the fingers and the toes. And on the next inhale, you might want to stretch those arms overhead behind you, as if you were getting up in the morning, just having a nice deep stretch. Come into a fetal position, rolling over into your right or left side, whichever's calling to you. And just find yourself supported on the mat. And just arrive there. We don't want to get up too quickly. We don't want to bring too much blood rushing around the body. Let's just enjoy this fetal position. And then slowly, on the next inhale, you can come to a nice cross-legged seat, facing the front. Just raise that right hand again and have the left hand slowly comfortable in the mat. Keep the eyes closed. See if you can remember bringing any heat into that right hand. If thoughts do arise that challenge you, have them focus their energy on that right hand. Keep your mind clear and balanced. Bring both hands into the chest. We're going to inhale deeply from the low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. And then we'll inhale and exhale to close on Om. So it's straightforward, inhale all the way. 1/3 O, 2/3 Om, however you want to do it. Inhale. Om. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful in finding your flow. There's a bunch more classes like this, some of which are even more interesting, at mattdavisyoga.com. Thanks for joining me. You can sign up for my newsletter there, which has free yoga classes, free stuff, free tips, whatever you want. Thanks for joining.